Coming up on Network Africa, more than 200 injured as another commuter train crashes in South Africa. Tunisia's Prime Minister Youssef Chahed reassures citizens as anti-austerity protests sweep through the country. And Zimbabwe's anti-graft agency investigates former First Lady Grace Mugabe's doctorate award. Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Joke Rogers. We begin in South Africa, where over 200 people have been injured in yet another train crash. Our South Africa Bureau Chief Betty Dibia reports that a moving train smashed into a stationary one in a suburb of Johannesburg. No fatalities have been reported. The crash comes days after more than a dozen people were killed and hundreds others injured when a train burst into flames in central South Africa. South Africa has the continent's largest railway network, but it has been plagued by mismanagement and underinvestment that has seen train use dwindle despite it being the cheapest form of public transportation. Our South Africa Bureau Chief Betty Dibia joins us now. Betty, what other details can you give us about this latest train incident?
Rail safety regulator. This morning, a stationary train was hit from the back by a moving one. Let me just give you the picture. At that particular station, the train was manually, directed to or authorized to dock at the Heldenays station. Now, on docking, the train failed. So the technical crew was still looking at it when a second train, that's train 4317, was also, train 0723 was also manually authorized to go to the same place. And the rail safety authorities have said that they're not ruling out human error. And the manual authorization is as a result of some cable issues. We know that cable theft is a serious problem in South Africa, which has a very vast network for its rail transport compared to other countries in Africa. But the country has been battling with issues of cable theft. So these affect some of the functions or the automated functions of the train network. So that's what exactly happened today. We understand from the regulator that 226 people were injured, no fatalities were recorded, and some of the injured included the crew from both trains. 159 minor injuries and 67 moderate injuries. That's what happened today, of course, added to what happened a few days back, I think on the 4th of January.
Is there any update on those people injured that you were talking about, minor injuries, some a bit more serious? But what's the latest now?
The latest now at this point is just that the rain has started, heavy rain. The authorities, the transport department, the rail safety regulator, as well as PRASA. PRASA is the passenger rail authority for South Africa. They're visiting the site of the incident, but people who have been wounded are being taken care of at the moment. No fatalities so far have been recorded, but they've gone to the site as a 4 p.m. local, just as I'm speaking to you, to have first-hand information of what may have happened at the place at the time it happened.
Is it a mere coincidence, Betty, or should there be concerns about two incidents just days apart?
Well, whenever there's an accident, any part of the world, there's concern. But these are totally different scenarios. There's the issue of human error, and it happened within a station, the Heldenays station. in Germiston, which is near Johannesburg. But the other was, I don't know what to call it. I know we have a briefing tomorrow by the Rail Safety to give us a full report of what they've come up with. But the preliminary outcome that they gave us was that a level crossing, a truck beats the stop sign because they have a lot of signs showing you there is a crossing. So somehow somebody just didn't listen or hearken to what he should have been watching out for, and rammed into, they clashed, and the train derailed where so many people were killed and so many others were injured. But they're totally different scenarios, and they happen in different places. But there is concern, of course, when incidents like this happen so quickly after the other.
Well, be that as it may, South Africa is reported to have the biggest rail network in Africa, but there are also reports about mismanagement and underfunding. Is there something being done to correct this?
We know that all through last year, a lot of state-owned agencies were under the spotlight. So where you have state-owned agencies in many parts of the world, so let me talk about Africa in particular, there are issues. So PRASA in particular, that's the Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa, has been on the spotlight on things that haven't really been done the way they should have been done. But I don't think that's the issue in this case. As I said earlier, you have the issue of cable theft. Cable theft, apart from the contract controversies, you have the issue of cable theft and the issue of reckless driving as well. Apart from the probably faults that people will give or attribute to the authorities, we still have responsibilities of the non-authorities who play a role in this case. But we know that according to government, they're doing a lot to support those who have been affected and to ensure that this doesn't happen again. But we'll hear what the rail safety authorities will be telling us tomorrow on what they have found out and what is going to be done to ensure that we don't have a repeat.
Right. Thank you so much for your thoughts on that. Our South Africa Bureau Chief, Betty de Beer, reporting from Johannesburg.